What would a theoretically perfect speedrun look like? In most speed games, it's pretty easy to conceptualize, even if it won't ever happen. Some games have even seen runners come within milliseconds of hitting those limits. And most games at least have best-known splits or tool-assisted runs that provide a visual demonstration. But when it comes to the biggest speed game of them all, Minecraft Random Seed Glitchless, the almost infinite amount of variability between runs means that theoretical perfect run becomes much, much harder to imagine. But that hasn't stopped people from trying. And the latest phenomenon in the Minecraft speedrunning community, a modded variation on Random Seed Glitchless called Ranked, has runners breaking down barriers and marching closer to that perfect run. But in a series of exciting progressions, there's one run that stands out as a landmark in the history of the game. This is the story of the first sub-6-minute speedrun of a random Minecraft seed we've ever seen. Sort of. This is the story of Infume's 547 on Minecraft Speedrunning Ranked. If you end up enjoying this video, please let me know down in the comments, and remember to leave a like. It really does help a ton. Thanks. Now, normally in these videos, I take 60 seconds at some point to run through the basics of the Minecraft RSG meta. And while it's necessary context for the rest of this video, our analytics and our comments both show that 99% of you already know how these runs work. So here's a very quick intro for all you 1%ers out there. In the typical run in the modern RSG meta, the player spawns on a coast and gets iron and other resources from a buried treasure chest, then finds a magma ravine that they can use to build a nether portal. In the nether, they go to a bastion, where they loot chests and trade gold with piglins to get ender pearls, obsidian, and explosives, then to a fortress, where they kill blazes to gather blaze rods. They combine their pearls and blaze rods into eyes of ender, then build a nether portal in the fortress and return to the overworld, where they throw eyes of ender and use a calculator to locate the stronghold, where the end portal is located. Then, they return to the nether, finish getting blaze rods, then travel to the nether coordinates that correspond to the stronghold's location in the overworld. They build a third portal, which if done correctly, transports them inside of the stronghold. Then find the portal room, fill it with eyes of ender, go to the end, and use their explosives to kill the dragon. Now, with that out of the way, let's clear up exactly what this run was. It was not the Random Seed Glitchless world record, which remains a 650 by low-key. It was, however, played on a random seed, without glitches. And despite that, it's over a minute faster than the RSG record. So, what is Minecraft Speedrunning Ranked? If you're a ranked viewer who already knows what I'm about to say, feel free to skip to this time. Ranked, which is what I'll be calling it for the rest of this video for both of our sakes, is a Minecraft mod created by Redlime and Oliver, which allows players to train their speedrunning skills by consistently playing optimal, but random-ish seeds in a variety of formats. In the primary game mode of Ranked, players are matched up based on an elo system and then assigned a seed which they race to speedrun on separate single-player worlds. The gameplay of the speedrun itself is almost identical to Random Seed Glitchless, but the major discrepancy is in the seeds players are assigned, which are heavily filtered to be playable for a high-level RSG run. This is accomplished without manually changing anything about the vanilla seeds, but it does often require combining overworlds and nethers from different seeds, meaning that while any ranked seed could hypothetically exist on vanilla Minecraft, plenty of specific ranked seeds technically don't. Some of the guarantees ranked runners have are that they'll always spawn near a place where they can enter the nether, and whatever structure they utilize will always have the loot they need. In the nether, they'll be guaranteed to have a bastion and a fortress within 16 chunks of the origin, and the bastion will always have enough gold to barter with. Some key luck factors outside of the seed are also stabilized, such as piglin bartering rates, guaranteeing that runners will get what they need if they trade a certain amount of gold. These are just some of the ways Ranked differs from normal RSG, and the system is pretty complex. I'll link a thorough explanation in the description if you're interested in the specifics. There are tons of other features in Ranked, including private customizable rooms, a weekly race where runners grind to set seed for the lowest time, and the Ranked Playoffs, a week-long tournament where the top ranked players battle for a $3,000 prize. And on top of all that, there's the thing this video is about. The Ranked World Record, which is exactly what it sounds like. Once Ranked hit the public, it took less than a month for players to surpass the Random Seed Glitchless record, which was a 7:01 by Drip120 at the time. That was in April 2024, and in the year and a half that followed, the community pushed the record all the way to the brink of the 6-minute barrier, but could never quite break through. Before October 30th, 2025, the closest anyone had gotten was a 6-minute, 4-second run by Sanjin Hu. Speaking of which, there's so much more to talk about with Ranked, but there's one particular run which is demanding our attention today. And in order to appreciate that run, allow me to reintroduce you to the runner behind it, Infume. Infume is one of the most accomplished Minecraft speedrunners in the game today. He's the world record holder in pre-1.8 RSG, the category of probably the first Minecraft speedrun you ever saw, assuming you saw one before the Dream era. I'm actually very curious about that. Let me know in the comments if you first saw a Minecraft speedrun in the 2010s or the 2020s. It's the version of Minecraft RSG that people have been speedrunning longer than any other. But speedruns on version 1.7, outside of sharing the game's name and graphics, couldn't possibly be more different from speedruns on 1.16, the version that Ranked and Infume's new record take place on. So while he cemented his place in the Minecraft Speedrunning Hall of Fame years ago, pulling off this run required Infume to climb a completely different mountain. That 1.7 record was back in August of 2023, after which Infume had to find a new leaderboard to climb. He spent a few months playing Hoplite, then about a year playing All Advancements RSG, where he almost reached the top, with his 2-hour, 21-minute run on July 19th landing second on the leaderboard at the time. But in November of 2024, something new piqued his interest. An up-and-coming new game mode called Ranked. He started playing, and by the start of Season 7 in January 2025, he had begun to grind. 2.5 seasons and 1 year later, and he was in the middle of a typical day of grinding Ranked, when he loaded into a match against a player called Hypnotic. From Infume's perspective, this is just business as usual, but what he has no way of knowing is that he's about to find exactly what he's been looking for. Infume spawns on a beach, which often indicates a buried treasure seed, but after using his pie chart to scan his surroundings for chests, he sees a ruined portal across the island. And as soon as he opens its chest,
oh my god,
we have ourselves a run. The loot in ruined portal chests is among the many random factors that are partially stabilized by the Ranked mod, but the odds of finding a looting 3 sword in a ruined portal chest are the same as in vanilla. 0.68%. For someone who grinds Ranked as seriously as Infume, he already knows 7 seconds into the run that this might be the seed he's been waiting for. He uses his flint and steel to get some cooked meat, then grabs 2 wood logs, deciding to return to the portal and mine the gold block to craft tools with before going back for the rest of his wood. This is a split-second decision that most likely saved or lost, at most, 3 seconds, but if it wasn't clear yet, 3 seconds is a lot. Infume goes into a lot more detail about this kind of decision in his analysis of the run, which I've linked in the description. Definitely check that out next if you're interested in the details. With his gold axe in hand, Infume goes back to gather wood, which he'll use to move around in any part of the run with bad terrain. Normally, runners want a stack of blocks at the start of the run, but knowing the potential of this seed, Infume makes the small time cut of grabbing 2 less logs, which means 8 less planks than usual. As a result, he's into the nether at exactly 1 minute, putting him a whopping 22 seconds ahead of Sanjin Hu's world record. His nether spawn isn't perfect, but it's close, placing him a short speed bridge away from the starting point of the best route for looting a housing bastion. After executing it cleanly, Infume aggressively barges into the bastion, throwing gold to distract the piglins as he loots the nearest chest. In it is 5 of the obsidian he needs, which would be great in a vanilla run because it's relatively lucky, but has a totally different meaning in this case. One way the Ranked mod standardizes bastion luck is by guaranteeing that one chest along the bastion route will have at least 5 obsidian in it. Because this chest met that requirement, Infume knows that no other chest is guaranteed to have obsidian in it, so he takes another strategic risk by straight up skipping the second triple chest rampart and its potential loot. Typically in Ranked, where consistency and ensuring you finish the run are much more vital than in normal RSG, no one, Infume included, would make this play. But with such a fast start to the run, Infume is throwing caution to the wind and playing with one goal in mind. In his own words, pushing the limit. Skipping the triple chest isn't the only way he improvises in his bastion route here. In the span of 10 seconds, he makes about 100 small choices in the way he routes this bastion, and despite his movement looking so fast it's automatic, they're all calculated. The intricacies here are beyond the scope of this video, but if you're interested, definitely check out Infume's analysis of this part of the run. By the time he reaches the gold pile at the bottom of housing and has his piglins trapped in trading, he's back on his regular bastion route. But his pace is anything but. As the pigs barter, he does some inventory management, then crafts himself a more durable weapon. In most cases, Infume would also break through a wall to loot a nearby double chest here, but when he returns to the piglin pit to collect more trades, he finds most of what he needs, and decides to skip it. He has plenty of ender pearls, enough obsidian for 2 nether portals, and enough string, glowstone, and crying obsidian for 6 explosives, meaning he could leave the bastion right here. But in a change of pace, he decides to ease off the gas a little and play it safe by waiting for a couple more sets of trades. Meanwhile, he lowers his render distance and uses his pie chart to narrow down the direction of the nether fortress. Using a macro to widen his display, he uses the improved visibility to look around a little, then goes back and grabs the last of his piglin trades. Infume makes it out of the bastion at 2:47, leading Sanjinhu's world record by an astounding 42 seconds, and looks left and right before quickly deciding to go left and look for the fortress. After an ender pearl throw, he sees that the surroundings this way are almost entirely closed off, which is actually good. It means he can be 99% certain, in his words, that the fortress is the other way, and after pearling back in that direction, it appears on the horizon. Normally, he would aim to find a blaze spawner right away, but with a looting 3 sword, it's actually faster to single out stray blazes, and as one more pearl throw lands him in the fortress at 3 minutes and 7 seconds, it also lands him right next to a group of 3 strays. The blazes have friends, but Infume is able to fend 2 of them off, while the third lends him a hand by, A blaze killed with a looting 3 sword can drop between 0 and 4 blaze rods, and Infume gets good drop rates, with 2, 3, and 2 rods respectively giving him more than enough. And just like that, he's ready to build his nether portal and blind travel back to the overworld. After what was essentially a perfect fortress split, Infume's pace is looking even better, as he returns to the overworld just 3 minutes and 33 seconds into the run. Takes me back to the days when people were setting world records with nether entries that fast. In the overworld, Infume positions himself, then throws an Eye of Ender, and puts its angle into the Ninja Brain calculator, which gives him the coordinates of the nearest stronghold with 100% certainty.
I'm so nervous. I'm so nervous.
That's good. You should be. Unless Garfield knows something I don't. Back into the nether, Infume immediately chucks an ender pearl in the direction of his target cords, saving milliseconds by crafting as it flies, but he does end up losing a second or 2 by landing in a ravine which he could have avoided. After doing his best to convince us that he is human, it takes Infume 1 more pearl throw to reach his spot. He digs down before building his portal to improve his chance of blinding into the portal room. If he built his 3rd portal at this Y level, he'd have a good chance of his new overworld portal generating in a cave, or above ground. After digging, he quickly transforms the netherrack around him into obsidian, lights his portal, and enters the stronghold at 4 minutes and 24 seconds. Think about that for a second. 4 minutes and 24 seconds ago, he entered this world, and now, he's in the stronghold, fully prepared to go kill the dragon. Welcome to Minecraft Speedrunning Ranked, folks. Infume has an utterly massive lead at this point of 35 seconds, but there's a couple things that could still go wrong, including one of the most luck-reliant parts of an RSG run, Stronghold navigation. He uses his pie chart to assess roughly what direction the portal room is in, then goes through the left hallway. He finds a 4-way intersection, and after starting down the middle before second-guessing his choice, he looks at his pie chart again and sees the path he needs to take. He does, sprinting into the portal room and jumping into the portal, then prepares his inventory for the 0 cycle, fills the portal, and enters the end at 4 minutes and 55 seconds. And while his almost unbeatable pace slowed a bit later in the run, Infume is still 16 seconds ahead of Sanjinhu's world record, with just one obstacle left in his way: the dragon. In the end, things don't start off well for Infume though, as his underground spawn is going to make it difficult to reach his 0 cycle spot in time. And that's assuming the dragon spawns in a position that will even make a 0 cycle possible. But as quickly as anybody could, Infume digs up, uses an ender pearl to save a second by clipping through the ground, and spots the dragon, rapidly approaching the spot Infume needs it to be. He knows his way around a 0 cycle as well as anyone, and he has everything he needs, including a bow and arrow to execute a more advanced technique. For an explanation of that, you can check out our video on Loki's RSG world record. But no matter how ready he is, Infume still needs to be in position by the time the dragon arrives. And all that's left to do is for him to execute what he knows as fast as he possibly can, without messing up. Easier said than done when you know that the entire community is going to watch what you're doing in the near future. But Infume's felt this pressure before, and with the chance to do something no Minecraft speedrunner has ever done before, he knows he has what it takes to get the job done.
Oh my fucking god. Oh my 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 god.
5 minutes and 47 seconds on a seed he had never seen before. Regardless of how you choose to think about this world record, it's clear to see that what Infume did in this run is really damn hard. Congratulations to him on a truly definitive world record, and one that will presumably stand for a long time. Unless it doesn't. Either way, please let me know down in the comments if you want to see more videos about ranked runs, or about the ranked playoffs, which I've never covered on this channel. You can also let us know any other videos you want us to make, Minecraft speedrunning or otherwise, down below. Thank you so much for making it to the end of the video. Your support makes our videos possible, and it does that even more if you drop a like on this video and check to make sure you're subscribed. I appreciate you, be kind, and as always, I'll see you in the next video.